Okay, Common Gamer here. Alright, I'm gonna start this model. I'll be building this model, the Titanic model from R.M.S. 1 in 1000 scale, R.M.S. Titanic. Oh, it comes with everything you need. Interesting. Alright, I'll open this up and show and do another part of this. First I have to build this. Oh, first I'm gonna paint this and glue it together. Oh, wow. Okay. In the next part, I'll have to get this situated and paint it and stuff. But look how small this is. Wow. This is pretty small. Whoa. This is like the smallest ship I have ever did. Okay, here's the instructions. Oh, it's in color. Wow. Just warning in all these different languages. Okay, that's how they paint it. And glue it together, I guess. I'm gonna rig this with sewing needles because with sewing thread because I want to. Okay, so this is number 1. We gotta read through the instructions first. Part 1, put these together. Oh, we have to glue these together. But first I'm gonna paint this before I do this. Before I do this, I'm gonna paint it. But look how small this is. This is my hand, and look at the model. Whoa. This is like the smallest model I ever saw in my life. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna start painting this, but yeah, first I'm gonna paint this, and I'm gonna get my model knife that I got, and I'm gonna start cutting this, and I'll show you how I'm gonna rig this for painting. But okay. And yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do some sanding of this model. As you can see. Right there. Gonna do some sanding of this model. I'm gonna start sanding. Okay. That's it right there. I'm gonna sand this. Some of the nicks that are in this model. So I can paint it. See? Like that. Like this. There. Okay. The next step, you'll see me painting after this cut. Okay. Okay, before start the painting, I'm gonna have to glue these things on to the side. Those are the 3 propellers. I'm gonna use my model knife and gonna cut these out. Okay. Cut it, and I might have to sand it a bit. The only gripe I have about this model, it's so small. But other than that, it's a good model. Um, I don't want to break this, so I'm gonna cut it. There. Cut that piece off. Cut this piece off. These pieces are so small that they're delicate. And if you're a child, you might want to get an adult to help you with this if you're building it. Because you have to use a knife, like a sharp knife like this that I got at the dollar store for like $1.50. I think I got this loosened enough for me to get out. I don't want to apply too much pressure on this because it's very small and you can break it very easily. Okay. Come on, you stupid piece of plastic. Wow. I'm gonna cut this because I think you're probably gonna be pretty bored watching me trying to cut this. Okay. I'm gonna start painting this model, and I'll show you. I'm gonna paint this model. She's gonna be painted red, like the classic red she's supposed to be. Alright, there she goes on. I have this model kit how it came with everything you need for this. Apply the paint. She's gonna look very nice. Just like how she did in 1912, right back in 1911, before I made her voyage. Alright, painting her. Just like they did in Ireland and Belfast, the Ireland Wolf Yards. Except this is the 21st century that I'm painting this. Might add other layers to this paint to make sure she looks good. And yeah, I'm just trying to paint this. As you can see, I'm painting the hull right now. It looks like just like back in 1912 when they were working on the Titanic, they did film clips and showed people. Except I'm painting this in the 21st century. And once the paint is dried on the red part, I'm going to add the propellers to the model. And then I'll glue the different hulls together. But I'm going to paint these in stages. I didn't even have to use my masking tape yet. I might have to use it in other parts of the model. I had some masking tape to use for the model in case I need it to. But look at this beautiful red. Very beautiful. I like this. This means that's a good model. I might even take it to the Titanic Society that it belonged to and show them it. Show them this ship that I made. Because I'm trying to, make this model. There's the bit of the rudder. Oops, I might have over-applied some paint on there by accident. Darn. Any of the professional model makers out there, do not laugh at me, what I just did there. I'm trying my hardest to paint this model to the best of my ability. Yeah, I'm kind of a veteran model maker, but kind of not really professional yet. But this one I'm going to really put my heart into because I have always had a fascination with the Titanic since I was a kid. I've been obsessed. Not because of the movie, that stupid Hollywood flick, blah 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 blah, stupid love scenes. That did not happen on the Titanic. That was just Hollywood. And that guy running around with that gun, that did not happen. You were not allowed to have firearms as a passenger or if you were a police officer. To avoid the Titanic with a gun, you weren't allowed to. That was because of the pirates. the pirates when they, the pirates when they were, going around, they like Blackbeard and all that. After the golden age of piracy, on like ocean liners, you were not allowed to have, the passengers were not allowed to have weapons on board because of what happened with all the taking over and hijacking of ships like that, and commandeering ships. That was why. And the only thing that was accurate about the film was the breakup of the Titanic, the lifeboat scene, but the rest of it, no, it was not. There was no Rose Dawson, and there was no Jack Dawson. There was a Jack on board, but his name, actually, his name was Joseph. Joseph Dawson. And he was an Irish, he was Irish, and he cut people's hair. So he was kind of a barber, if you could say. And he is buried in the he was a third class passenger, plus he worked for the White Star Line to pay for his passage because he couldn't afford a ticket. Because even third class was expensive. You had to like sell everything to be in third class. And if you're in second class and first class, you're just going to Europe for vacation or going to New York for vacation or for business. But I really like this red. I'm going to add some more red to this after I'm done painting the first layer of paint. I'm going to have to do the bow now. This is a nice brand new red paint. And I'm not going to age this ship. That is historically not accurate because the Titanic only made one voyage, unfortunately. On her maiden voyage, she struck an iceberg, and she sank. And the rest is history. So I'm trying to paint this model. Oops, I got some on my thumb. Great. Gonna have a hard time trying to pause cut this video. I did some painting. I'm gonna do some more layers of paint because I need to make sure this looks really good. Because I want to show it to the Titanic Society. There. I'm now going to cut this video. The next cut, you're probably going to see some more paint get on there. Some more painting. And then I'm going to apply the propellers on the ship. And the propellers look exactly like the ones on the Titanic. When she was brand new, before they found her in the wreck when it was all rusted. So yeah. Okay, so I did this. Okay, I'm gonna cut this now, because I showed you me painting this for 7 minutes. So yeah, I'm gonna cut this. Okay, come on gamer here, back. There's my ship. Gonna zoom in a little. Right around there. We'll zoom out a bit there. I'm gonna do the propellers. I gotta cut them out. And I'm gonna apply glue to them. Hopefully this doesn't break it. Alright. Number 5 goes on the other side of G4 goes on the okay, I'm gonna do G4. G3 goes in the middle. So I'm gonna do G4. Okay, I gotta cut this. Alright, I got to cut this. hopefully that this doesn't break. I don't want to cut myself either, because that would hurt. I don't want to end up in an emergency room. And I definitely don't want to sand this on either. Sand it on because it's already painted. Okay. That's the bonus thing. That's, oh, almost lost it. Holy. Alright. Apply a little bit of glue on this. Just a tiny little drop of glue. One tiny little droplet of glue. Right there. One little eye drop. I'm gonna put this on. Oops. I forgot how long this model was. Put it in. Come on. There. Okay. Got the propeller on. There. I got the propeller on. Alright, let's go for the next propeller. Number G 5. What's supposed to go on the other side. Alright, let's cut it. Okay, let's cut this. Okay, got it. And let's put this out. There. This is G number 5, and then I got G3, which goes in the middle. Okay, let's put this on. Dabbing a little bit of glue. There. And then I'm going to put it on. There. Okay. There. As you can see. There and there. And the 3. There, got them on. Alright, let's put on the third and final propeller. Just twist it off like this. This one's gonna be a little bit tricky to get in because it's the rudder is in the way, but I can get it in. Okay, I'll try to put this in. Alright, this is really hard. Holy. Come on, you stupid propeller. Get in there. Alright. Now put it in. There she is. Alright, I applied the propellers. I'm gonna do a jump cut, and I'm going to start painting the main hull. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna start painting this Titanic, the famous black color. Okay, I'm gonna apply the paint. She's gonna look nice. And what I don't understand is why do some people, when they build the Titanic, they try to weather it and make it look like it's old, but when she was on her maiden voyage, it was brand new. She only made one maiden voyage. And then she sank, unfortunately. Painting her black, because that's the color she is. The reason why they painted the hulls black was because the coal, they loaded the coal and it would fall in, under the water, some of it, so that if the coal went on it was black, they wouldn't see it. Because if they painted the ship white, loading the coal, some of it will fall on it and make it turn black and people could see it and start to complain. Okay, I'm painting this. Because the Titanic is a black color. Because they did that and it was white, black, and then the bottom of the hull was red. And this is where the third class cabins were. And then the crew cabins were there too. Painting the rudder and painting the ship. And then I might jump cut this because you might get bored of me painting this. But yeah, there's stages of building this ship. The White Star Line. A lot of people don't know what the White Star Line is, but I do. It's a famous liner. And the Cunard Line was the competitor to this. They both were competitors, but then eventually they merged. In the 30s, during the Great Depression. Because both companies were losing money, and going across the Atlantic wasn't very profitable for that time. And then it picked up before World War II. And then the White Star Line disappeared. And then during the acquisition, the Olympic got scrapped eventually. Because the Olympic was considered old by that point. And it's too bad that no one tried to restore her. It was too bad that happened to the sister ship. The Olympic class design only had 3 ships. 2 of them are lost. Titanic at the iceberg. The Britannic because of a mine or a torpedo strike from a U-boat. They're not sure what brought it down, but they're not really sure about that, what made her sink, but one of those 2 did that. In World War I, but the Olympic survived the World War and end of war period. But then before World War II, she was scrapped, unfortunately. Well, actually survived 2 World Wars, but then she got scrapped, I think in the 50s. It was too bad that happened. That no one want it to, you know, try to make it be a floating museum or a hotel. And then they could have brought it to the Titanic Museum today. That's the one that's in Belfast. Okay. I provide this, the paint on the main hall. I might do some touch-up paint, afterwards and see if I need more black paint on her. Oops. I'm not really sure if I do. Well, I've been going on with this one for 6 minutes, so I'm gonna cut and then I'll show you what she looks like after that, and then I'll show you gluing the hall down to the bottom part of the hall, and then I'll start painting white on the top part. So yeah. Okay, Con Man Gamer here. I'm gonna glue the hall together, the main hall, and to the bottom part of the hall together. I gotta glue it with some cement. She's gonna be glued together because I did all the painting, and I might do some touch-up painting on the top part of the black once this is together. Gotta glue this together. Got some cement around there. Got around over there. Got some cement around here. Some more cement there. I'm got some cement on here. There. Okay. I hope I didn't put too much on. But you never can put too much on because I want this to stay together forever. There. I hope I didn't put too much on this because I don't want to waste glue. I need some glue for the other parts too. Okay. Putting these together. Gonna look like how it did in 1912. There. And apply some pressure there. Some pressure here. Right there. I'll do some touch-up paint with the red at a later date. Okay. I put that together. Now I should add the anchor to the ship. Okay. I'm gonna get the anchor. The number 1 and 2. Take this out. And glue it to the hull. So the instruction says to put it on the angle, kind of. Okay, apply a little bit of glue on the side of the model. It's the first part of gluing. So it's the propellers. Gotta apply this on. It's so small. That's the only gripe about this model. It's so small. I wish it was not this small. Because when you think about the Titanic, you don't think about it being a small ship. It actually really wasn't. It was actually good size. There. Okay, I got that. We'll add anchor on. Golden anchor. Put on the other anchor. On the starboard side of the hull. Port. That's the port side. Put on the anchor in the starboard side. The side that hit the iceberg. I'm trying to get this out without it falling. Okay, putting the anchor on the starboard side. I already put the port anchor on. Now, the anchor on the starboard side. The anchor only was used a couple of times. Once at the Harlan Wharf Yards, again at Liverpool when they were when they were registering the ship, registration. There, by the anchors. There it is. Applied it on the starboard side. Okay, got the glue dry. Gonna do some touch-up paint, and then I'll start painting the superstructure a little bit, and then I'll put it on. So yeah, and I'm not gonna get some money so I can get a marker, super edge marker. So yeah, I put this together. Now I gotta let this dry. Okay, come on, gamer here. I'm gonna start painting the superstructure of the Titanic, of the Olympic class ocean liner. All right, gonna have to cut this tab piece off of a superstructure. I think it was just on there so it didn't break or something. I don't know. So I cut this off. Wrong side. Oops. Stupid. Oh. I hate this model. There. Ouch. Cut myself. Stupid. Yeah. Alright. I'm putting this knife away before it does any more damage to my fingers. That hurt. Ow. Ah. Okay. I'm gonna start painting this. I guess, for the future, I'm not gonna be painting any more 1/1000 size models. I may already made my decision because this model is so small, it's difficult to make. Okay. Painting this upside down, but that's okay. Just gotta get the paint on this. And then I'm gonna take a black marker where it's supposed to be black. And I'm gonna paint that. Okay, this is a superstructure I'm painting. I don't know why it's not going on. What the heck? Okay. I'm gonna have to do 2 layers of paint for this. It's not going on. I'm painting the superstructure right now. I already painted the hull black and I glued it together, as you can see. I'm doing this in different parts of the videos of this part, and I'm gonna have to do another layer of paint with this. Because it's not going in. I don't even know if this model company used whiteout or something, but it's not seeming to be sticking to the model. I don't know what's wrong with this paint. The other paint seemed to work. Okay, I'll just paint 1 layer right now, and then I'll paint other layers before I do the gluing part of the model. I'm gonna do 2 different layers of paint for this. because the superstructure will need 2 different layers of paint to make it the right color. And if you're gonna build this model, you really shouldn't give it to kids because you saw me get hurt earlier, but I'm okay. It's just a finger prick. It hurt, but it's okay. I have type 1 diabetes, so I was used to finger pricks anyways, so. But I wouldn't give it to a kid because they could really hurt themselves getting cut like that. They could hurt themselves. And this model should be done by probably age 13 and up. But I definitely will not give this to a 6-year-old because they'll cut themselves. Because you ain't need a knife for a lot of the parts. And then you have to use like a sandpaper, which could do some damage. It could hurt your skin too, but it didn't hurt my skin. But there, I put the first layer of paint on this. I'm gonna have to let this dry, and I'll put on the other layers of paint for this superstructure later. And the next step, you probably might see me gluing this onto the Titanic's hull. Okay, come on, gamer here. I'm gonna start painting the superstructure of the Titanic, of the Olympic class ocean liner. Alright, gonna have to cut this tab piece off of the superstructure. I think it was just on there so it didn't break or something. I don't know. So I cut this off. Wrong side. Oops. Stupid. Oh. I hate this model. There. Ouch. Cut myself. Stupid. Yeah. Alright. I'm putting this knife away before it does any more damage to my fingers. That hurt. Ow. Ah. Okay. I'm gonna start painting this. I guess, for the future, I'm not going to be painting any more 1/1000 size models. I may have made my decision because this model is so small, it's difficult to make. Okay. Painting this upside down, but that's okay. Just gotta get the paint on this. And then I'm gonna take a black marker where it's supposed to be black. And I'm gonna paint that. Okay, this is a superstructure I'm painting. I don't know why it's not going on. What the heck? Okay. I'm gonna have to do 2 layers of paint for this. It's not going on. I'm painting the superstructure right now. I already painted the hull black and I glued it together, as you can see. I'm doing this in different parts of the videos of this part, and I'm gonna have to do another layer of paint with this. Because it's not going in. I don't even know if this model company used whiteout or something, but it's not seeming to be sticking to the model. I don't know what's wrong with this paint. The other paints seem to work. Okay, I'll just paint one layer right now, and then I'll paint other layers before I do the gluing part of the model. I'm gonna do 2 different layers of paint for this. Because the superstructure will need 2 different layers of paint to make it um, the right color. And if you're gonna build this model, you really shouldn't give it to kids because you saw me get hurt earlier, but I'm okay. It's just a finger prick. It hurt, but it's okay. I have type 1 diabetes, so I was used to finger pricks anyways, so. But I wouldn't give it to a kid because they could really hurt themselves getting cut like that. They could hurt themselves. And this model should be done by probably age 13 and up. But I definitely will not give this to a 6-year-old because they'll cut themselves. Because you need a knife for a lot of the parts. And then you have to use like a sandpaper, which could do some damage. It could hurt your skin too, but it didn't hurt my skin. But there, I put the first layer of paint on this. I'm gonna have to let this dry, and I'll put on the other layers of paint for this superstructure later. And the next step, you probably might see me gluing this onto the Titanic's hull. Okay, Common Gamer here. I'm gonna drew on the superstructure to the Titanic. Paint's dry. I might have to do some more touch-up paint before I apply stickers to the ship. Alright, let's glue this together, shall we? Okay. Alright, it's gonna look like 1912. When they were putting this together, I'm at like 1910 or 11. Time that they're putting this in. It's 2 goes there. And 1. So it goes 2 like this. Like that. Okay. Let's okay, apply some glue right and there. Right there. There. Some glue on the bottom part of this. One little line right there. It smells disgusting. Ugh. Oh, it's nauseating. Oh my gosh. There. I hope that's not too much, but let's see. Alright. Goes in like there. Okay. Okay, got that in. Okay, gotta get the aft one down there. starboard side, port side. Okay. I got the superstructure onto the Titanic. And then off camera, my camera glitched out. I painted these. This goes in front of the bow. The other one goes in the stern. Goes on like this. Like that. And then this goes on the stern. Like that. And you get the picture. So yeah, as you can see, I got the ship put together. She's getting a little bit more heavier as I applied a lot of stuff to it. And there she looks like. I'm gonna put some touch-up paint on there to make it look better. But yeah, as you can see, I put this together. 1, 2, 3. As you can see the progress I've made. Yeah, the ship is almost done. Well, the ship's not done yet, but look. Didn't take a day to make the Titanic either. It took 3 years to build her. Actually, no, it took 5 years. They started in 1906 for the Olympic, 1907 for the Titanic, and then she wasn't done until around 1912. So yeah. And their sister ship was done in 1911. She made her maiden voyage in May 1911. And this is the Titanic. So as you can see, she's not done yet. Comment. Okay. I'm gonna start painting the bow deck. And the wood color. It's supposed to be that. And I'm using my smaller paintbrush. Cause I gotta go the best details on this deck. Paint the wood. Alright, I'm gonna be painting this deck. Okay, I gotta paint this deck. And then I'm going to okay, the stairs were wooden, and then I'll get some white paint on it afterwards. And the sides. And I'll paint other stuff wood and white after this. I'll paint the wood part first. Some stairs right there. I'll go up. I'll paint this wood color first before I do the touch up in of adding the other colors to this. Okay, I'm painting this. Then I'll get some white paint and paint that the rogue wave breaker white. And I'll get a black marker and then paint the anchor black. Put a marker on it. There. I painted the deck. Okay. I get the aft deck out and paint the stern deck. Okay, Common Gamer here. Alright. Paint the stern deck with the wood color. Wood brown. I'll do some touch-up paint off camera because it'd be kind of boring watching me paint the whole time. It's wooden with white. Some wood there. See, I'm just doing a little bit of wood stuff there. I'll paint the other stuff white to their sides because it was made out of, the steps were made out of wood with metal, with steel, and the railings were wood. The Titanic. So it's made out of the best wood you can find. Okay, there's the stern deck being painted. Wood color. There. This model is very hard to paint and to glue together because it's really small. The size of this model is too small. I think the next Titanic model I'm gonna paint is gonna be bigger than this one. I'm gonna go for 1/700 scale. Not this scale. This scale was too small. There. Okay, paint this model. It's almost... I'm gonna do some gluing with this. Alright. And the next part I'm gonna paint will be the dock rigging. It's a be paint it black and I'll show you. Okay, come on, game here. I'm gonna do that docking. Struts, paint that black. That's where the ropes would go when you dock the ship. You dock the Titanic. Only docked like a couple of times. Sterbourg, France. Southampton when she got registered. Wasn't really used that much. Because she sank on a maiden voyage, unfortunately. Okay. I zoomed in on this because it's a small piece. It's extremely small. This is a very hard model. Even though it's like a skill level 1, but the parts are so small. Okay. Here it is. Like this. I'll paint this black. Okay. Got it. There. Might apply some touch up in an hour or so. But yeah. See? Painted that. And then I'll start gluing parts later. Okay, got my game here. I'm gonna put the bow forward deck on, where the spare anchor was. Alright. There. Alright. Okay. Okay, got it. There she is. The forward deck is on. The bow. And then alright, trying to get this on. Okay, got her on. And I'm gonna do the aft deck afterwards. See? Alright, back. Here's R.M.S. Gamer. Look, there's the ship. This looks like what it looked like in 1912 before they added the smokestacks. This is what it looked like when she was gonna be set to build the inside cabins. It was before they had the four smokestacks. Three of them were functional. The fourth one was a dummy. It gave ventilation and air conditioning to the engineering because it was really hot down there. As you can see, the lifeboats are on. I have to do the rigging and add the registration of Titanic and Liverpool. So yeah, I'm done. It's not done yet, but almost. So yeah. You'll see her done in the next video, maybe. Video clip. But yeah, I've painted a lot. And when she's completed, you're gonna hear the famous White Star Line anthem that they played on all their ships when you first boarded the ship. And yeah, as you can see, she's almost done. I just need to add all the four smokestacks. That's the compass area where they have the compass, so they know where they're going. Navigator go up the compass, look at the stars, call the captain and say, yep, you're on the right course. And I'm trying to have the top part of the lifeboats be gray because they had a gray tarp over it. And I'm going to do the rigging, but this is the smallest model ever made. And it's a little bit challenging. But I'll tell you more at the end about the history of the Titanic. And yeah, well, I just wanted to show you this. Yep. Next clip, you'll see the Titanic be probably fully done. Alright, there's what I did. I put it on the 4 funnels. She's still not done yet, but almost. Have to do the rigging. And there's the 4 funnels. 3 of them were functional. The 4th one was a dummy one, and it acted as an air conditioner to cool down the boiler room. I got the lifeboats on, and the 4 smokestacks are up. 3 of them were actually functional, or smoke come out. The 4th one, there was no smoke. It just had used it for ventilation and to make the ship look bigger. I'll have to do some touch-up paints to this. Some of the newspaper got stuck to the ship. They're gonna have to repaint that a little bit. And then I have to do some paint on the funnels, the top part of the ventilation right here. You can see there needs to be a little bit more paint before I glue it on. And this came out, and then smoke will come out of there. It's kind of like an exhaust port. 3 exhaust ports. The 4th one, nothing came out. So yeah, I have to do some rigging. I'm gonna use some sewing string for that. And I have to add the flags. The U.S. flag there, the White Star Line flag there, and the British flag there. They don't have the blue ensign flag, but I'll just have to go what I work with. And another thing this model loses points on. Look, there's no yellow line where the White Star Line's supposed to go. The White Star Line, you know, the yellow? The famous yellow livery they had on every ship. Every single ocean liner that was made out of iron and steel had that on it for the White Star Line. It was an iconic yellow stripe that went across the ship to the bow, and it stopped there, and then it went around there, and it went to the stern around there, a yellow line, and it stopped. And the yellow line will stop to there, and it made another yellow line around there. You see? But there's none. The stickers don't have it either. So yeah, she's not done yet, but This looks like in 1912 when they were making the funnels, and the ship was almost done, and they were fitting on the funnels, and then they put the cable wires to keep the funnels up, and the cable wires keep that up. Then they made the Marconi line, which made the Morse code to ship to shore, and then they did the SOS and CQB. So yeah, the model's not done yet, but she's almost done. Still under construction, but the real Titanic took 5 years. This one's taking around 3 weeks, but yeah. Alright, the next clip, you'll see the 4 funnel things on there and maybe the rigging. And then, the final clip I do, you're going to hear the famous White Star Line anthem that was played from 1890 all the way up until it merged with the Canard Line. You'll hear that. Alright, I got the exhaust ports and the funnels all installed. There's about 95% done. All I need to do is put the stickers and flags and the rigging. I'm going to use this string for the rigging. I'll put the rigging on, and all I have to do is just paint this and glue it to the stand, make the stand. That's all I need to do, and the model should be done. I need to put the stickers on. These are the decals right there. There's the Titanic and all that. I'll zoom a bit. She's almost all done. This is what it looked like in January of 1912. And then they did the rigging, and then she was done by March 1912, and then her maiden voyage was April of 1912. This is what she looked like in January before they did all the rigging to keep the stuff up. And yeah, well, it's almost done by this point. The next clip you'll see will probably be the rigging, what it looks like. And when the stand's done, I will show that, and then I'll be playing the White Star Line anthem, which was written in 1890, 130 years ago. It was first, they played it on every ship. When you first boarded the ship, they would play the White Star Line anthem as you boarded the ship. And every White Star Line vessel did that all the way up until it merged with the Canard Line. Then it was discontinued, that song. Yep. Well, she's almost done, as you can see. And yeah, this is what she looked like in January of 1912. Almost done. Around January, and then by March, all the rigging was done. The Marconi line was added and fully working, and then she was doing her sea trials throughout March, and then April, the sea trials were done by April 1st, and then April 10th, she went on her voyage, her maiden voyage, and then April 15th, 1912 is when she sank. And she wasn't found until 1985. But I'll just want to show you a little bit of this. It's not done yet, but almost. But when it is done, you'll be hearing the White Star Line anthem. Alright, as you can see, I started to do some of the rigging. See right there? That was one of the cable wires that held up the smokestacks from falling over from the winds. I gotta put some more rigging on, and yes, I started putting stickers on. See there? I'm gonna try to get that White Star Line flag to stay. It's not saying. Here's the Union Jack. It's supposed to be a blue ensign and not that one, but yeah, this company lost some realism points. Yeah, but okay. The next clips, you probably will see the rigging on here, and then I'll play the White Star Line anthem, and you'll see the anthem they played when you boarded the ship. I have to put 5 on this side, 5 on the other side, 5 on that smokestack, 5 on the other, 5 on this one, 5 on the other side, 5 on the other one, 5 on the other one. So I have to put up like over 20 rigging stuff. And then altogether, this model will have over 200 pieces counting the string that I was cutting. See, I cut the string, gonna put it on there for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on both sides. And I gotta make the Marconi line there and there. So this is what the ship looked like in January of 1912 when it was under construction still. The superstructure was already built. They were putting on the cables and stuff. And they're trying to get it ready for the sea trials for March. And then in March they did the sea trial, and then April was our maiden voyage. So yeah, I just want to show you some progress. It's almost done. Okay, this is what she looked like in March 1912. Alright, let's get her ready for sea trials. Yes. Alright, Captain Smith, get her ready for sea trials. Yes, okay. We'll have some nice tea Earl Grey for you. Tea Earl Grey, hot. Sorry, I added that part in. I know that's for... alright. Built this, alright. I just want to show you this part. The next part will be... I'll show you, what she was like on a maiden voyage when you first boarded the Titanic from, Liverpool at the national anthem. Okay, I just want to show you the finished model. There's the Marconi line that they're doing SOS, or they can do send SOS telegrams from ship to shore from anywhere in the world. Alright, I'm gonna cut this and I'm gonna play the White Star Line anthem and I'll zoom in. Okay, welcome aboard the Ship of Dreams. Welcome aboard on the White Star Line today, service to New York. On this brand new ship, the flagship of Star Line. Hey, she's unsinkable. What? I don't believe you that. She's watertight doors. The Irish rebuilt her. Yeah. Made in Belfast it was. Captain Smith, how fast can this ship go? She can go 25 knots maximum, with a cruising speed of 22 knots. Yes. Yes, yeah. The fastest ship and the biggest ship in the world. 1912, yes. Yeah, we built it in Ireland. Yeah. You see? I was doing some reenactments of 1912, and you can hear this song? This is a song they played on board all the White Star Line ships. As you board the ships, every White Star Line ship played this. As you first board it. This is with their national anthem. Written in 1890. So, 130 years ago, this song was first played on the White Star Line ships. It was played on the Titanic as you board it. It's kind of like the board music you hear when you board an airplane. Some airlines have their own signature music, like British Airways does. White Star Line had this. This is the 1/1000 scale Titanic. It was really hard to build. I just finished her right now. And this is what she looks like. There it looks like coming up from the bow. Coming at you. Nice little aerial. Going over towards the stern. There's the stern. Yeah, they didn't have the blue ensign flag. All they had was the Union Jack like that. But, yeah, this model lost a lot of points. And plus, there was no yellow stripe around here. Every White Star Line ship that was made out of iron had that yellow line. It was part of their livery. And Hope you're enjoying this song from 1890. They would play on every White Star Line vessel as you board it. It was their anthem. And there's the nav light, red and green nav lights. So yeah. This is the Titanic. I built her. I hope you like this. See, look. That's what she looks like. That's the Marconi line. I had to add the string myself because before, the ship, although they could have added string to this model kit and made it easier, but I added it myself to make it more realistic. See? All the rigging, that's the crow's nest. There's the back rigging, and there's the bow steering in case you had to reverse the ship into port. They would use that. And that's where the main bridge is. There's the lifeboats. They didn't have 4 collapsible on this model, and the real Titanic had 4 collapsible lifeboats that were underneath the first funnel. 3 of the funnels were functional. The 4th one was a dummy funnel. It was to make the ship look big and huge, make it look bigger. And the 4th funnel was just for ventilation and oxygen to get down in the boiler room. Because down in engineering, it was really hot down there. It can go up to 50 degrees Celsius. Well, I hope you enjoyed that song. I wanted to give you some history of the White Star Line, and yeah, I built this model. The next Titanic model I'm gonna build will probably be the 1 in 200 scale, because this one was way too small. Other than that, it was good to build. And I'm probably gonna show this to the Titanic Society. A Titanic Society Atlantic Canada. I want to show them this, so yeah. Hope you enjoyed this. This is it for my model.